For thousands of years, the lands known today as Russia and Ukraine were home to nomadic tribes and enigmatic Bronze Age cultures. These ancient inhabitants left behind few traces, save for their burial sites, most notably the impressive kurgans, massive burial mounds that housed their chieftains. The Greek historian Herodotus dubbed these people the Scythians, a term that has echoed through history. As centuries passed, these territories witnessed waves of conquest and settlement. The steppe was traversed by formidable nomadic warriors, the same forces that contributed to the fall of the Roman Empire. Eventually, the Slavs settled these lands, uniting shared language and cultural threads despite being fragmented into numerous tribes. In an extraordinary turn of events, the Vikings, known as Varangians in the east, ventured down the rivers of Russia on daring raids and trading missions. According to legend, the East Slavs invited a Varangian chief named Rurik to rule over them and unify their tribes. Rurik accepted, establishing his capital in Novgorod. His dynasty, the Rurikids, would govern Russia for 700 years, laying the foundations for the name Rus and the land itself. Rurik accepted, establishing his capital in Novgorod. His dynasty, the Rurikids, would govern Russia for 700 years, laying the foundations for the name Rus and the land itself. Rurik's successor, Oleg, captured Kiev, marking the birth of Kievan Rus, a state that would rise to power and prominence. Seeking closer ties with the Byzantine Empire, Vladimir the Great adopted Orthodox Christianity, a pivotal moment in the religious and cultural evolution of the region. Vladimir's grandson, Yaroslav the Wise, ushered in Kievan Rus's golden age, codifying laws and expanding its territories. However, internal strife among Yaroslav's descendants led to Kievan Rus's fragmentation into rival princedoms, just as the Mongols, led by Genghis Khan, emerged as a new and formidable threat. After an initial raid, the Mongols returned with overwhelming force, led by Batu Khan, and subjugated the land. Cities that resisted were razed. Those that submitted, like Novgorod under Prince Alexander Nevsky, were spared. Nevsky, a national hero, would later defeat the Teutonic Knights at the Battle of the Ice. Under Mongol rule, the region became part of the Golden Horde, with the Rus princes reduced to vassals, paying tribute to avoid devastating reprisals. Yet, amidst the turmoil, the Grand Principality of Moscow began to rise, founded by Daniel, the son of Alexander Nevsky. This new power center grew rapidly, culminating in the decisive victory of Grand Prince Dmitry Donskoy over the Tatars at the Battle of Kulikovo. As the Mongol Empire weakened, Moscow continued to consolidate power. Ivan III, known as Ivan the Great, expanded Moscow's influence, ultimately casting off Mongol dominance at the Ugra River standoff. His grandson, Ivan IV, crowned the first Tsar of Russia, would be remembered as Ivan the Terrible for his fierce and often brutal reign. Despite military successes and territorial expansion, his rule was marred by violence and paranoia. The death of Ivan the Terrible's son without an heir led to the Time of Troubles, a period of anarchy, foreign invasion, and famine. It wasn't until the election of Michael Romanov as Tsar in 1613 that stability began to return, inaugurating a Romanov dynasty that would rule for 3 centuries. Under the Romanovs, Russia expanded and reformed, though often at a great human cost. Catherine the Great, one of the most illustrious Romanovs, propelled Russia to new heights, embracing Enlightenment ideals while extending Russian territory significantly. Yet, her reign also solidified the harsh realities of serfdom and autocracy. Russia's influence and power continued to grow under her successors, engaging in complex international politics, wars, and cultural advancements. The 19th century brought further upheavals and reforms. Alexander II's abolition of serfdom in 1861 marked a significant, though imperfect, step towards modernizing Russia. However, his assassination in 1881 heralded a return to repression under his son, Alexander III. Industrial advancements and territorial expansions persisted, setting the stage for the turbulent 20th century. This rich historical tapestry of Russia and Ukraine, woven with tales of conquest, culture, and conflict, continues to shape their identities today. Join us on our YouTube channel as we delve deeper into the fascinating and complex history of these lands, uncovering the stories that have defined them across millennia. Subscribe and embark on a journey through time, exploring the legacy of empires, the rise and fall of dynasties, and the enduring spirit of the people who called these lands home.